What is up, everybody? Andrew here, and I've got a tech video for you. I'm not like some of these other guys on YouTube, like, you know, your average consumer and unbox therapy and whatnot. The stuff that I have is the stuff that I use. I don't have the resources to get every single phone and every single computer or tablet or whatever. So this is the stuff that I use. I pre-ordered the Samsung Note 10 5G, Samsung Note 10 Plus 5G 512 gigabyte phone. That is a mouthful. But that's what I ordered. That's what I'm going to be using. This will be my fourth Samsung Note. I started with the Note 3, which was a phenomenal phone. It still works. Had to get an extended battery, but it still works. My second Note was the Samsung Note 7, and everybody remembers what happened with that. The batteries were exploding, and they recalled the phone, and you had to send it in. Even if it didn't, it updated it so that it wouldn't charge past 50%, so you had no choice but to send it back in. After that, I had the S7, which was okay. I didn't like it because I was used to the Note. And then I got the Note 8, which is my previous phone up until a couple of weeks ago when the motherboard fried and it is no longer an operable phone. I sent it back to Samsung. They wanted $650 to replace that and replace the screen. A couple of scratches on it, but no cracks. And they wanted $650. If I were to trade this phone in the trade-in, they would only give me $200 for it. Why the heck on earth would I pay $650 to get this phone fixed? That's absurd. What I've been using lately is a Samsung S5 in a pink case. I throw so many people off when I pull this out and they're like, is that your phone? Pink case? It's the only phone I had working in the house at the time, and I just set this up because the Note 10 was being released 2 weeks after the Note 8 broke. So the reason that you're here is you want to hear my thoughts on the Samsung Note 10 Plus 5G. That's the one I ordered. Let's just talk about the Note. It's the Note. The reason why I didn't like the S7 was because it's rounded. If I were to take this one out of the case, it's rounded. The corners are rounded, whereas this one, it's square. Now this is a smaller phone. You can see this is almost an inch bigger than Note 8 over the S5, and then the screen is much bigger. But that's what I love about the Note series. I like the aesthetics of the design of the phone. I always have, and I always will. But if this phone breaks, this is going to be my last Note, because Samsung's customer service has been absolutely atrocious, and I hope to never have to deal with them again. They are so bad that I don't even want to get in touch with them if I have a problem. But let's focus on the Note 10. I like the design. You know, they cleaned it up. The screen goes from bezel to bezel. There is basically nothing no part of the screen that you can see. I mean, no part of the bezel. It's nice. Typically, the cameras are over here on the top right of the phone. They're all over here. With the Note 10, they put it right in the middle, and I like it. It looks good on the eye. I was playing with it in Best Buy, and I didn't even really notice it when I turned it on and I was playing with it. I mean, it's there, but if you're looking that far to the left or to the right, depending on which way you orient it, I mean, then you're doing it on purpose. I really like the way that the design of the camera is, and I think it's a 10 megapixel camera, which is really good. Since we're on the topic of cameras, there are 5 cameras on the Note 10 Plus 5G. Because the levels of the phones are different. The Note 10 is smaller, less RAM, less storage. less cameras than the higher up. They're really building you up to getting the highest level. So you got a 10 megapixel selfie camera, you've got a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera, 12 megapixel wide angle camera, and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera. You also have a depth vision camera, which will, if I have this water bottle here, I can go around it with the phone and it creates a 3D model in the phone, which if you saw in their unbox or unpacked event, it was really cool. They did like a stuffed animal. But those cameras are going to be great, and the hyper smooth image stabilization that they had the guy running up the stairs, and it looked really stable. And that's going to be amazing for some of the things that I do, like fishing and hiking and stuff like that. Going along with the performance, the specs of the phone, it's powerful. I got storage. I got 512 gigabytes of storage, which I'm really stoked about. And then you can expand that up to a terabyte more in a mini SD card. I mean, that is 1.5 terabytes of storage. That's almost like an external hard drive. That is a crazy amount of storage. So if you really like movies, if you really like music, you can store a lot on the SD card and then pull it up whenever you want. If you're on the go a lot and you watch movies, that's great. Or if you're a big gamer, some of these new games that are coming out, they're 2, 3, 4 gigabytes of storage. And if you have 64 gigabytes of storage, I don't think it's available on the Note 10. That takes up a big chunk. So that is storage. And then the Note 10 has 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then the 10 Plus and the 10 Plus 5G have 12 gigs of RAM. I mean, that's an incredible amount of RAM. It's insane. I think it's 60 hertz refresh rate on the screen, which that's how smooth it is. That's how many times it refreshes per second. And then one of the other things that I really liked is the processor. I think it's the Snapdragon Quad 855, and it was clocked at over 2.5 gigahertz. And that is just an incredibly fast processor. My first computer ever, my first desktop, was 1.33 or 1.67 megahertz. I mean, these phones are so incredibly fast. It's insane. I'm just trying to look up some of the specs over here because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. Some of the other features is that they got rid of the power button on here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm primarily left-handed, and not having to go over here, it's kind of a stretch because they're so big in your hand. Having a power button over here, they call it the Bixby button. The Bixby button and the volume ones, but you can change this button on the bottom to whatever to be a power button, and that's nice too. One of the main things that people were talking about, oh my god, the headphone jack, oh my god, the headphone jack, oh my god, the headphone jack. I'm kind of indifferent. I have some Bose headphones, the QC35s, wireless, they're Bluetooth. And I use those when I travel and when I really want noise canceling. I was using Bose SoundSport, which plugs in, and I'm gonna have to either get a dongle or switch. Now I think in the box they're including some headphones with a USB-C adapter. So if you really want wired headphones, you can still use them right out of the box. I like the overall design of the Notes, and that's why I'm sticking with it for now. But if this one poops out, or the Google Pixel is the phone that everybody says has the best camera. I don't use my phone for the camera as much as the other features, so having the best camera on the phone is not why I buy a phone. I buy it for what I'm used to, and I've had the Note series for almost 6-7 years now, so it's what I'm used to, it's what I'm comfortable with. One of the cons is the price. I mean, it is expensive. it is a hefty monthly payment if you don't buy it outright. And if you buy it outright, it's a hefty one-time kick in the gut. But phones are life. I mean, you have them 24/7. They're always on you. When you go to bed, you put it right there next to your bed. You know, most people use it as an alarm clock. As soon as they wake up, they pick it up and they look. You know, they go right into the bathroom with their phone. It's just, they are a part of us. They are not going away. They might go away, but right now they're not going away. And they're on 24/7. You use them for everything. And I wish they would last a little longer, but I started shutting mine off. You know, when this one broke, I started using this one, which is an S5, and the battery doesn't last, so I have to shut it off at night or else it's going to be completely dead in the morning. So I'm using an old school alarm clock, you know, the ones that go like in the movies for dramatic effect, but it actually wakes me up faster. So I might start keeping my phone off at night. It just needs time to just not work. And I think that will prolong the life. Another thing that I'm excited about with the Note 10 is fast charging. It'll accept up to 45 watts, which you can get, I think 70% in 30 minutes, which is really good. The battery is 4,300 milliamps. That is gonna last me all day. I'm really excited about that. And the pen, they redesigned the pen a little bit that it will control the camera. You can swipe, do certain gestures, and it will go from front to rear. You can click the button and it'll snap a picture. You can change it to video mode and start recording all with the pen. So if you are one that has a pen where the camera is right now, I can click it and stop recording and click it and start recording, and that is going to be pretty cool. Instead of setting a timer or a third-party app or whatever. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about the phone. Today's Sunday. It's supposed to be here on Friday. I already have a case coming. I have a screen protector coming. I'm going to Hawaii 4 days after that. So I really, really want to have the camera for Hawaii versus this camera. The lag is just, if there's something there, I want to get it. I have no doubt in my mind that with the new phone, the camera is going to start up instantly. It's just going to be so fast. I'm just really excited to get it. Those are my reasons. In my mind, the pros heavily outweighed the cons. Now, not everybody can afford that kind of phone, but I can, fortunately. So that is the phone that I went with. I would imagine that the S10 or even the Note 9 is still a good phone, and it's going to be heavily discounted when the Note 10 officially is released next Friday. And you could still get a good deal and get that one if you're still in the Note family and you just can't afford this new phone because like I said, they are expensive. So that's going to do it for me. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button. You might be able to leave a comment in the comment section because my last video that I posted, I was able to get comments. When I saw the comment, I was like, oh my God, somebody left a comment. Because YouTube thinks I'm a family channel and they disabled comments from my channel. So it was weird to see a comment. But leave a comment. Did you order the Note 10? Did you find this video helpful? Maybe, maybe not. I'll see you in the next video.